giant in the Cleveland series. Scottie Pippen, who uncharacteristically started hitting some three-pointers. Cartwright came up big in the game on Sunday. Jordan was about everything, and Craig Hodges is probably a bigger factor than a lot of people think. Doug Collins, in this picture, cleanly shaven, but during the playoffs, he's letting his beard grow. We'll continue that story as we go along. The New York Knicks swept through Philadelphia. Oakley and Newman. Oakley anxious to play his former team, Chicago. Ewing having an MVP-type series, and of course the leader, Mark Jackson. Rick Pitino had, of course, some playoff experience prior, being Hubie Brown's assistant. Speaking of playoff experience, both of these teams very young and don't have much playoff experience. The playoff experience for the Knicks will come off the bench in the form of a player, for instance, like Kiki Vandeweghe. For the Chicago Bulls, number 23, Michael Jordan, averaging nearly 40 points a game in round one. The officials tonight, Mike Mathis, Paul Mahalik, and Bill Saar. And we're ready to get it away from Madison Square Garden. Former Nick Cartwright gets the tip out. It went toward Grant, but went out of bounds off Grant, and it'll be Nick's ball to open this game. Mark Jackson and Gerald Wilkins in the backcourt. Wilkins driving. Rebound, Newman to Ewing for the Jazz. Into the corner for Hodges. And he buries a two from Michael Jordan.
That was Craig Hodges, and the score is 5-4.
Now Newman for three. 5-2 Knicks.
And Bob, the Knicks are going to play that type of basketball the way that they had their success during the regular season. They're going to do a lot of trapping, and they're going to be doing a lot of three-point shooting.
This time Jordan went the other way to Hodges, who nailed the triple.
And see, he didn't start in these other games. He was off the bench. He's been a starter. That's when the Bulls have been successful. Craig Hodges in.
Ewing draws the double team, drives against Cartwright. Offensive foul, and one of the keys to this game is going to be Ewing and his proclivity for foul trouble. He gets one early.
We're going to watch again as Cartwright will get position. He establishes himself, makes the bump right there. He's still in position. Now he moves over, and I thought he was moving as Patrick made the move. That's a tough call against Patrick Ewing.
Tied at 5. Here's that Knicks pressure into Jordan, guarded by Newman on the press. Now the double team for Jordan. It's stripped away. Watch the 10-second clock. He gets it across to Grant. To Cartwright to the baseline. Chicago had an opportunity to go 2-on-1 there, but couldn't get it done. And there's going to be a foul.
No, it's illegal defense, Bob. They didn't hit him over on the other side, but the illegal defense was spotted before the foul by Mike Mathis. Watch the trap on Michael. He just lost the handle on it, picks it up, and makes a very smart play as he gets the ball over Wilkins to the wide-open Horace Grant. And then, of course, the resulting illegal defense as Patrick Ewing picks up his second foul of the game.
That is going to be significant. As we pointed out, Ewing has had problems with fouls, and Cartwright is one of the best centers in the NBA historically, drawing fouls and getting to the line. Here he goes into the line again. Cartwright missing. Rebound Oakley. To Wilkins. Over Grant. Grant wisely posted himself low, caused him to miss. Jordan. Game's knotted at 5. Inside to Grant. Jackson lost it, but Oakley was there to get it. Jackson rebounded. Pippen cross court to Hodges. Two-man game with Cartwright. Cartwright draws a double then triple team. 18-footer by Horace Grant.
Right now, the Bulls doing an excellent job of handling the double teaming and the trapping and the pressure of the New York Knicks, and that's going to be critical for them in this series.
9:51 to go, first quarter. In the paint to Newman. Got Pippen airborne. It was blocked by Grant. Michael Jordan has yet to score in the game. Pippen for 3. 2 3-pointers from Chicago and 1 from New York early on. Bulls lead it by 3 with 9.5 to go in the first quarter. And Rick Pitino and Knicks get a 20-second timeout.
Well, he has to try and figure out what's going on here because right now the Chicago Bulls are doing a good job of attacking against the press. Now here you see he's going to draw a lot of traffic as Michael takes a move to the basket. Two of the New York Knicks there. The third one coming over Newman, leaving Scottie Pippen wide open as he drops the three. And Michael Jordan has done a great job of finding the open man when he's gotten doubled and triple teamed.
And you see Pippen, number 33 on the right. He's a man that the Knicks have to be aware of. He's had good scoring success against them all year long.
That's right, and he's particularly adept at shooting the three-pointer, as we pointed out during the regular season. He shoots the ball exceptionally well from the longer range because he puts more arc on the ball. He doesn't shoot the ball quite as flat, and as a result, he's had more success from long distance.
I understand from Mark Feil, the Bulls trainer, that Pippen got started launching more threes when he hurt his shoulder, bruised his shoulder, didn't want to drive as much. So actually what he's done is added to the diversity of his game, and now the shoulder is better. Bulls by 3, Ewing on the baseline. Over Cartwright, Pat Ewing. He has 4. Jordan, no points in this game so far, but 3 assists. Hodges for 2. Missed it all, Knicks ball.
But see, that's where you have to be worried if you're Rick Pitino and the Knicks. Michael hasn't scored. He hasn't really looked to do much offensively. They're doing a good job on him, but the Bulls still lead.
By 1 with 9 minutes to go, first quarter. Newman off the pick. Rebound Cartwright. Here's Craig Hodges. He'll be handling the ball a lot. To Jordan for 3. So when Jordan answers the call, he answers it long distance. It's 13-9 Chicago. 3 out of 3 from three-point territory. Giving the bomb squad of the Knicks a little of their own medicine here. Ewing missing on the turnaround. Jordan rebound. Down the lane goes Jordan.
And what Michael Jordan did is he actually used a couple of the Knicks to set screens for him. They had lost sight of the ball, and that was a great play by Michael.
Bulls by 6. Newman on the drive. Hodges playing at the point for the moment. Hodges and Jordan will be alternating as far as the man who initiates the Bulls' half-court offense. 10 on the shot clock for Chicago. Cartwright against Ewing. They've practiced together so many times. Ewing may have gotten a piece of it. He certainly had his hand in his face. The blockers called against Chicago.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. This pace is not going to be very good for Bill Cartwright because he does not get up and down the court all that well, and it could take its toll on him. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a sub coming in for Bill Cartwright in a few minutes if this pace continues.
Jordan with his first personal foul.
Now watch this play that we've talked about, Mike. You see Patrick Ewing turned his back. He actually used Patrick to screen off Newman as he went to the basket. That's just not good court awareness on the part of Patrick that time, and the Knicks paid for it.
Johnny Newman, a free agent steal for the Knicks. Newman has 7 points in this game to lead all scorers. Here's the full court pressure. Jordan past Jackson. Grant dishes to Pippen, who lost the handle. Behind the back, Hodges for 3. Ewing has Wilkins. He stepped on the baseline. Bulls ball. Wilkins went out of bounds on the in-line.
They've got to wipe the court off. Patrick Ewing will fall on this play, get the court wet, and Horace Grant slipped and fell on the court as he came down. There's the long pass. See Patrick go down. Now watch what's going to happen in the background. Watch Horace Grant as he steps on the line. Now watch Horace Grant hit the wet spot right there in the middle of the court and fall down.
Grant inbounding against the pressure to Hodges. Pippen and Cartwright already down court. Bulls by 2 points. They had led by 6 moments ago, 15-9. Cartwright over Ewing. Missing everything. Rebound Wilkins. Knicks run. Tipped away on a bad pass. Jordan! Oh, he has 7.
17-13.
Knicks careless with the ball on that possession. Bulls by 4. Jordan 3 out of 3. On the penetration, Mark Jackson gets the roll.
Okay, 17-15.
Mark has 4. Bulls by 2. New York with 3 turnovers. The Bulls haven't turned it over yet.
And Rick Pitino's called off that press at half court and the trapping because the Bulls have been doing a good job against it.
Cartwright slams into Ewing and is called for the offensive foul. Ewing slow to get up. Let's see if he's okay. Looks to be all right. 6:33 to go in the first quarter. The Bulls lead it by 2. Let's see if they wear him down. So far, Jordan has yet to miss a shot. That's Gerald Wilkins defending Jordan. They'll hope that that takes a toll on Jordan during the ball game. The pushing, the banging, the constant harassment. And, according to the Knicks, they hope to, of course, be able to cause Jordan to have to play defense on the other end. Also, hopefully, sapping some of the energy. But Cleveland tried to sap his energy, and he hits the shot at the buzzer on Sunday.
Well, he's a superbly conditioned athlete, and it's really not going to wear him down playing every other day. I think the time it might take its toll on Michael would be in Sunday's game after they're forced to play on Saturday and then on Sunday.
Bulls by 2. 6:26 to go first quarter. Bob Neal, Rick Barry with you from Madison Square Garden. Wilkins looking as the players cut. They lost Jackson. It was blocked by Grant. Ewing off the glass. Tied at 17.
Boy, Bob, and you were right. They did lose Jackson. They had no idea where he was.
Patrick has 2 fouls and 6 points. Looking to a cutting Horace Grant. Couldn't handle it. Stepped on the end line. Knicks ball.
Well, right now, Rick Pitino, again, is taking off the traps, taking off the press. He's going to see how the Knicks can do against the Chicago set offense, and so far, they're doing a better job.
Pitino, the youngest coach in the NBA. Doug Collins is number 2. Pitino, 36. Collins, 38. Nice pass from Wilkins to Oakley. Greg Hodges for 2.
Oh, good block there. Great block, actually, by Ewing, and then a loose ball foul on the ensuing rebound
against Horace Grant.
Very impressive block.
Pitino so close to the court, he's almost got a 6-man, one-man overmatch on the floor for the Knicks. Knicks 19, Bulls 17, Oakley. It'll be Chicago ball.
That's now Rick Pitino calling again for the full court pressure as he called it after the last made basket. I think if he gets a chance to set up after a made basket or out of bounds, maybe that's going to be a strategy. And if they miss, then of course they'll drop back.
Grant having trouble inbounding, gets it to Pippen. Pippen a key factor in the Bulls breaking the pressure. New York on a 10-2 run until that 2-point basket by Hodges.
And I like that because they had 3-on-2. He pulled up and shot the J. They had just as good a chance of getting that rebound back as the Knicks did. And that's the way to go against the pressure. Attack it when you get the chance.
Bulls reclaim the lead. Oakley out high against Grant. Now Newman will be looking for Ewing against Cartwright. Pippen sags in for the double team. 2-man game. Newman for 3. Long rebound to Jordan. Cartwright goes down. He's all right. Bulls up by 1 point. 4:35 to go first quarter. The whirling dervish is fouled by Johnny Newman.
They said attack Michael if he goes to the middle. They tried to attack him with all the moves that Michael has. He just found a way to still get to the basket. And they also, I think, did what they had to do is make him go to his left. But it shows you that he can still break you down even going that way.
Cartwright will get a rest, and Dave Corzine comes in to play center for the Bulls, which changes the low post game of Cartwright because Corzine likes to get out on the perimeter, and Corzine is not shooting well, at least against Cleveland, only 37% from the floor.
You know, they'll need him to hit a few out there, which will force Patrick Ewing to have to go out and play him, and that should open things down inside for some quick, perhaps, post-ups on the part of Michael Jordan or even on Horace Grant. Now they're saying that it might be a 2-point shot only by Craig Hodges. Let's see if we spot and see if he steps on that line as they break down the pressure here. The good, strong lead pass, and from this angle it'll be tough to see as he gets set. The right foot may have been touching against the line.
They're calling it a 2, and the score is now officially 19-all as Michael Jordan, who was 22 of 27 from the line, an NBA record, by the way, in Game 4 against Cleveland. His first free throws here tonight, and Jordan has 8 points in this game.
should be a great series, Bob. Both teams successful when they played at home. Chicago winning 3 times in the stadium and the Knicks twice here.
Sidney Green is checked in for New York. He wears number 44. Corzine's playing green. Now Wilkins gets the pick from Oakley on the roll, and Wilkins shoots it and misses it. Grant with another rebound. Bulls by 2. What a pass from Jordan to a cutting Horace Grant.
That's why he's such a great player, because he will give it up, and he has the ability to make those type of plays.
Jackson got Hodges airborne, missed the short shot. Corzine with a rebound. Doug Collins was a little concerned about Corzine's lack of rebounding and said when Cartwright's out and Corzine in, he hopes to play Horace Grant to add to the Bulls' rebounding strength. But that time, Corzine with the last move. Shot clock to 5 for Michael Jordan. He travels. And Charles Davis enters the ball game, the veteran out of Vanderbilt University, and Tucker in for the Knicks, and we're also going to get John Paxson for Chicago.
Well, surprising, because just the Doug had talked to you about wanting to have Horace in, but he feels he needs a rest. Well, now they're going to have to do a job on the boards. Let's see if it does indeed hurt them with Grant out of the game.
Maybe Corzine's previous rebound gave Collins some confidence. Ewing got inside of Pippen, Newman against the jam. Bulls by 2. Trouble getting it across. Now Davis left alone to Corzine, a better perimeter shooter. Corzine gets it. Wise move by Charles Davis. As Doug Collins said, Charles Davis could help us in the game because he's a veteran and makes very few mistakes. Davis guarding Oakley, who missed the short jump hook, and Davis playing big here until he turned it over on the travel. The Bulls lead it by 4. 2:53 to go in the first quarter. We have a timeout from Madison Square Garden.
And he's doing a pretty good job of it in some situations. Here he is on Michael now. He's going to force Michael into the traveling as Michael's pivot foot move. Good defense that time by Gerald Wilkins. Of course, you can't be totally concerned about having to shut Michael down. You got to worry about the other people. Look what Michael thinks. The challenge is not for me to score 50 or 60 points each night. Instead, it's to find a way to get everybody involved. And that's what he did to start this ball game. He also did that the other day in game 5 against Cleveland.
Well, Michael's 3 out of 3 from the floor, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, and speaking of involved, has 4 assists. Newman, who's had some big games against Chicago in the regular season, has 9 to lead Knicks scores in this game, but missed that one. Bulls by 4. Hodges and Paxson are the guards for Chicago. Corzine, Pippen, and Charles Davis the front court. Shot clock to 5. Davis tries to get it inside to Corzine. Knicks come away with it with 2 on the shot clock. Mark Jackson draws the foul, misses the runner.
Well, Mark didn't hesitate at all to go to the basket. There's nobody back in there that's really a shot blocking threat. And so he took advantage of that opportunity and gets himself to go to the free throw line. The Knicks, by the way, Bob, have only scored 4 points from their backcourt so far in this ball game.
Let's check that Knicks lineup. Mark Jackson, Johnny Newman, Sidney Green, Trent Tucker, and Kenny Walker in there for New York.
That makes it 16-5 now. 9 for Jordan, 7 for Hodges. So a big advantage in the backcourt. But of course, you would expect that with Michael Jordan in the backcourt.
Distorts the scoring average.
Somewhat
in the backcourt, so. Somewhat. Pippen with the rebound. Bulls by 3. The Bulls were taking great care of the ball the first 6 minutes of the game, but have had 5 turnovers in the last 4 minutes. Davis from long range. There's that lack of rebounding. Corzine was there, couldn't get the ball. Newman penetrating, blocked by Corzine.
Newman was out of bounds as he tried to get the ball again off of the blocked shot. And right now, the Bulls doing a pretty good job on the defensive boards. Davis has got a couple. He's the guy that's got to really help out since Corzine is in there, and they've got their 2 best rebounders on the bench.
Davis draws the double team trap into Corzine. Fans wanted a travel. Davis with a big rebound, but he traveled.
Well, that's twice he's gotten rebounds, once on the offensive end, once on the defensive end, and then traveled afterwards. And that was really the first offensive rebound for the Bulls in this game. And they have no points, of course, as a result of those offensive boards.
And here's a man that New York acquired, hoping that he could really use his playoff experience to help them. Kiki Vandeweghe will be checking in momentarily for the Knicks. Jackson spins inside of Craig Hodges. It's a 1-point Bulls lead.
Doug's going to have to make some substitutions quickly here if the Bulls don't score.
Pippen from Paxson is fouled, misses the jam.
Good attacking against that pressure that time by the Bulls.
Green picked up the personal foul.
Now just watch how Mark Jackson has no worries when he goes down to post up on this play. Here he is posting up. Nobody's even coming over to help out. Finally, Davis tries to get there. He's much too late. No shot blocking threat in there. They'll do that the rest of the night with that lineup in there.
Scottie Pippen has really improved. One of the 2 first-round draft choices of the Bulls in '87, along with Horace Grant, had off-season back surgery. You heard his story a couple of years ago when he was drafted out of Little Central, Arkansas. NBA scouts had to go deep into the rough to find Central Arkansas and Scottie Pippen, but the Bulls are happy they did. Pippen kept it alive, corralled by Green.
That was easy for them to do, Bob. It just related to their golf game.
Chasing a lost ball. Jackson penetrating. He got fouled. The continuation would have counted, but no basket.
You think Mark Jackson's scared about somebody blocking a shot? I mean, he's had the ball 3 times with this lineup in there, and every time he's made a move to go to the basket or post it up.
Now Sam Vinson is going to check in for Chicago as Doug Collins is getting heavy use out of the bench. He's going much deeper in this series, and one of the reasons is this is a 7-game series instead of a 5-game, and I think he knows he's going to need at least 10 of his players. And he's trying to do it early to give them some rest early while he was still in the game, had a little bit of a lead, and it's not hurting him that much because that's the big difference is the depth right now. The Knicks have more depth than the Chicago Bulls. Mark Jackson, and you see what he did against the 76ers in that 3-game sweep. Yeah, but Horace Grant is back in. Go ahead.
But that's amazing with Jackson because remember there were long stretches that he sat on the bench in that game, was really almost non-entity in some of them, and yet he came back and did the job when it was necessary. Of course, that big 3-pointer was a killer in game number 1 that was.
Jackson only 1 out of 3 until that free throw from the line tonight. Now here's Sam Vinson in the backcourt helping against this full court pressure. Davis to Brad Sellers, who just checked in, the 7-foot forward from Ohio State. Shot clock to 10, looking for Grant against Walker. Shot clock to 4. Sellers threw up an off-balance shot. Knicks can tie.
Well, Doug's going to be happy when this quarter comes to an end so he can get the regulars back in there.
Just holding the fort at the moment. Now Vandeweghe, played by Davis. Walker is fouled by Grant.
And boy, I tell you, Rick Pitino is just really making them pay the price for this lineup, and he's just hammering it inside every opportunity that they get.
Now Jackson will rest the final 11 seconds of quarter number 1, and rookie Rod Strickland comes in. Grant has 2 personals, by the way, for Chicago, and Pat Ewing, who's resting on the bench, has 2 personals for New York.
Well, Michael Jordan back in. Doug Collins obviously feeling that he may as well get Michael for one more good offensive opportunity before the quarter ends, that he's had enough rest.
Kenny Walker on the line for shots.
Kenny Walker, the NBA Slam Dunk champion. This game started, looked like both teams might have a 40-point quarter, but things slowed down a little bit, particularly when the Knicks went full court, as they continue to do with 10 seconds in the quarter. Vincent, bad pass. Green from the free throw line. So the Bulls at least escaped having it stuck back in their face when Vincent certainly didn't please his coach with that pass. At the end of 1, it's Notting at 27.
Portions of tonight's game are brought to you by Honda, who invites you to test drive the Civic 4-door at your local Honda dealer. And by Reebok basketball shoes. When the new legends are made, they'll be wearing Reeboks.
Bob Neal and Rick Barry with you from Madison Square Garden. After one, it's tied at 27. The Knicks have 2 world championships. They're going for their 3rd. There's the man who guided the helm, Red Holtzman. They won that first one in 1970 with that great 7th game performance by Willis Reed, and really a better performance even than that by Walt Frazier. There's Red Holtzman.
Having his ear chewed off by Pete Vesey, a local sports writer.
And now the Minute Maid Orange Soft Drink first quarter statistics.
Well, you can see the 38% shooting by the Knicks, a big problem for them. 7 turnovers by the Bulls, and as you pointed out, Bob, the majority of those came the latter part of that first period. And the rebounding, of course, quite even. But look what the Knicks have done with the inside scoring. They really went inside in those last 5 minutes as the Bulls went the final 3:06 without a field goal when all of their starters were on the bench for most of that time.
Second quarter in action. Vincent gets it across the timeline. It's got to be really psychologically draining to face this kind of pressure. But one way to get the edge is to penetrate down to the baseline. That's what the Bulls did to Grant.
Well, that's the attacking against the pressure. When you can attack and go to the basket, those are the type of hoops you'll get.
Strickland against Vincent.
Just tick
Chicago ball.
Just tick the rim, not an air wall.
Bulls by 2. At the conclusion of tonight's game, Rick and I will select the Miller Lite player of the game. Jordan and Vincent in the backcourt for Chicago. Cartwright, Horace Grant, and Sellers up front.
Big mismatch with Strickland on Jordan. You can post him up.
Sellers moving laterally when he shot that ball. Didn't have much chance to score that basket. And the Knicks can tie. Tucker, Walker, Vandeweghe, Green, and Strickland for New York. Shot clock down to 9 seconds. Vandeweghe goes for 3. Rebound Cartwright. Oakley is set to check back into the lineup for the Knicks. The next opportunity. Shot clock to 10 for Chicago.
Trent Tucker holding Michael Jordan to try to come from the weak side.
It was almost an advantage call for New York on that. Jordan had broken free, and Sellers was about to enter that pass.
Now let's watch the top left part of your screen. Watch Michael Jordan as he's going to try to come around to your picture on the top left. There he comes in the hole by Trent Tucker. That's where the foul occurred. And now interesting matchup here. Bill Cartwright. Oh, no, Patrick Ewing's back in. I thought that Oakley was going to be on him, the 2 players who were on the opposite teams last year.
A lot of talk in the paper about Cartwright returning. He got a lot of boos when he played here. They called him Medical Bill. Vincent from the corner with the miss. Ewing with a rebound. Ewing re-enters the game with 2 personal fouls. That was Patrick's 4th rebound. He has 6 points. Vandeweghe on the drive. Right past Brad Sellers. It's tied at 29. The 7th tie of this game. There have been 3 lead changes. 10 minutes to go first half.
Michael wants to post up.
He's down there against Trent Tucker. Penetrates, dishes to Sellers.
That was Brad Sellers.
6 assists for Jordan now.
Delay of game warning has
Delay
been
of game
issued
warning
to
against Chicago.
And that's what I love about Michael, the way he just gives the ball up. He's such an unselfish player.
Bulls by 2. Well, there's some heavy traffic. Looks like the Midtown Tunnel down there on the baseline. Now it's cleared out. Shot clock to 5. Ewing against Cartwright. 3. The long turnaround doesn't go. Strickland was not blocked out. Picked off a free rebound.
And the scorer's drive, hitting 1 all.
Tied at 31. Sellers with the drive and the layoff. It looked like he used his left arm to fend off a defender, but no call.
Well, I'll tell you, he can go to the basket so well for a guy who's 7 feet tall, and that's what he should be doing more of. But that's what kills Doug Collins. You know, you see him do that one time, then he doesn't do it for about a game and a half.
Strickland. Scoop shot won't go. Oakley loses the rebound. Here comes Jordan. The Knicks have 3 defenders back very quickly. Now all 5. Traveling on Jordan. Chicago has 8 turnovers.
Now let's watch Michael as he gets the good position inside. He'll turn around to square up against Trent Tucker. The Knicks will send some people out. Watch him move to the baseline. He gets by, draws traffic in between with the left hand. Smart play by Sellers to cut to the hole.
Vandeweghe ties this game for the 9th time tonight. 8:25 to go first half. Strickland with the reaching foul.
You know, another matchup we can watch here, Bob, because it's the teacher with the pupil. And that's Horace Grant having to guard Charles Oakley, who taught him so much about rebounding.
Oakley now defensing Grant.
Offensive foul on Cartwright on that play, setting the screen. There they are. Watch it. The teacher, Oakley, 34 in the white, bumping on his former pupil, trying to deny him the low position, and you'll see a lot of that throughout this series.
2 fouls on Cartwright now, as there are 2 fouls on Patrick Ewing. Oakley loses the handle, regained by Strickland, and he loses it. 6 on the shot clock. 4, Tucker. Rebound, Jordan. Bulls run has Cartwright, Sellers. It's to Cartwright on the no-look.
But I'll tell you, he looked actually, he didn't look to the left, his right, but he thought, the other players thought he was going to pass to the right to Sellers, which seemed to be the wide open pass. Excellent play by Michael Jordan.
Made that play with his eyes. Bulls by 2. I'd like to have talented eyes. Here's Ewing from long range. That's a little out of his jump shooting range. It's about 15 feet where he's really effective. Loves that baseline turnaround.
And Doug Collins loves to see him shoot those kind of shots.
Bulls by 2, 7:16 to go, second quarter. Jackson and Gerald Wilkins set to check back in for New York. Vincent on the drive. Offensive foul, Sam Vincent.
Offensive foul against Sam Vincent.
Well, watch again. There's a little screen off. Coming into position, standing Oakley, and he's not afraid to take a charge from anybody, and Sam was just a bit out of control that time.
Now the Knicks have Mark Jackson, Charles Oakley, Patrick Ewing, Kiki Vandeweghe, and Gerald Wilkins in the game. Trailing by 2. Vandeweghe pulls up from 20. He's hit 2 in a row. Has 6 points. Long lob to Cartwright for the layup, and Ewing may have picked that foul up. If so, it'll be 3, but let's hold it.
I think they're going to call goaltending had the basket not gone in.
Exactly, for shaking the backboard.
Well, once the long pass, Michael Jordan, great court awareness, the lead pass to Cartwright as he blows down the court. There, the ball hit the glass. Then Patrick had hit it, and also it hit the backboard while the ball was on the rim. And that's why the signal would have been goaltending had the ball not fallen through.
So no foul on Ewing. He remains with 2 fouls as we're keeping the Patrick Ewing foul watch early in this game.
You and Rick Pitino.
Vandeweghe in the paint to Ewing. The lean in doesn't go down. Cartwright rebound. Good defense against Ewing that time. Ewing only 3 out of 7 from the floor in this ball game. Grant on the drive. Ooh, that was a tough one.
That was Horace Grant.
Runner from about 6 feet.
Mostly 39-25.
Bulls by 4 points, 6 minutes to go first half. Wilkins looking for Jackson, posted against the shorter Sam Vincent, but now gets the taller Grant. The entry pass to Vandeweghe was tipped away. Chicago runs. Wide open Sellers started to drive but ran into Oakley, and that's running into something.
He actually had him beaten, Bob, and he should have kept going.
2 on the shot clock. Jordan. Sellers got the free rebound and missed the layup. Cartwright going for the rebound, gets it and draws the foul. No, he's going to be called for the foul. check it. Now they switch it back to the Knicks. It's a Knicks foul. We'll be back in a moment. There's a timeout on the floor.
Bob, here's that great pass by Michael Jordan. You see Sellers on the right. Now look at Michael. Look towards Sellers like he's going to throw it to him, but he saw his man on the left side, Cartwright. Went to Cartwright instead. Just a terrific play on the part of Michael Jordan. We can watch again. You can see what Michael had said before the game. The challenge is not for him to score 50 or 60 points each night, but find a way to get everybody involved, and he's doing just that. And Bob, when you play against the Chicago Bulls, you do not ever want to be within 2 or 4 points of them with a lead or trailing, because Michael Jordan can take over at the end of a ball game. He's that great a basketball player. We've seen an example of that so far in the playoffs.
Jordan with 8 assists, the entire Knicks team up till now. 7 assists. Bulls lead it by 4, 5:22 to go in the second quarter. The personal foul as we went away to the timeout was called on Mark Jackson, who picked up his first.
And you saw that little graphic there. What happened to the inside scoring of the Knicks? Well, since they've come back with the big lineup for Chicago, it's been almost non-existent.
Hodges for 3. Wilkins and Oakley stepped out of bounds. It's Chicago ball.
Well, I'm really surprised the Knicks are not going a little bit more to their up-tempo game, taking the three-pointers. It looked like they were going to start out that way when Newman hit the first one, but they really haven't looked to do a lot of that.
Grant out high to Cartwright. Now Pippen defended by Wilkins. Cartwright draws the double team. The open man is Horace Grant. Gerald Wilkins handling the ball. He has yet to score this ball game. Averaged 21.3 in the first series to lead all Knicks scorers. Illegal defense against Chicago.
And Michael Jordan didn't go away with Wilkins when Wilkins cleared out, got caught for hanging around in the middle.
Following this game, we'll be going out to Phoenix, Arizona. Golden State and Phoenix. Phoenix won the first one 130 to 103. Golden State, the surprise entries into the second round, beating Utah in the first. Mark Jackson behind the back to Vandeweghe from downtown. Three-pointer. And the Bulls lead it by 1 with 4:29 to go in the first half. There's a three-point story for you. And Kiki Vandeweghe has hit his last 4 shots. Playoff experience coming to the forefront as the Knicks traded away a draft choice for Vandeweghe. Came in from Portland. Played 27 regular season games for the Knicks. Hodges for 3. Cartwright is fouled down low. Cartwright playing strong off the glass. Should have had the lay-in, but he's rebounding well here tonight. He had 13 against Cleveland in their Friday night game, so he can pull down the big rebounds.
Well, he had his best game in the game that meant the most. And I'll tell you one thing, Bob, I'm really surprised that the Bulls actually taking more three-point opportunities than the Knicks. With that one, that was their 6th try to only 4 for New York. And you would have thought that that certainly would be the reverse. But with Craig Hodges on this Bull team, they're not reluctant at all to fire that three-pointer, and also Scottie Pippen. Of course, Michael took one early in the game and knocked it in, his first basket.
Bill Cartwright with his unbelievably unorthodox free-throw shooting style. There's his season average against New York this year in the regular season. By the way, Chicago won the regular season series 3 games to 2. Both teams winning at home. Missed them both. Bulls lead it by 1. The personal foul was Kiki Vandeweghe's first.
Knicks still shooting very poorly in this game. Low 40s.
Wilkins looking for his first basket. Can't find it. Cartwright kept it alive. Out of bounds. Knicks ball. Gerald Wilkins 0 for 4 from the line. Oakley also not scoring much early. He has only 2. Grant got his hand on the ball from Ewing. Grant got the rebound, too. 3.5 minutes to go, first half. Bulls clinging to a 1-point lead. Bad pass from Jordan. Cartwright couldn't handle Knicks running. Jordan got the block, but the foul also.
Well, Michael, I think, would like to see that again on replay. He thought he had nothing but ball. From this angle, it certainly looked that way. Let's watch again and see if indeed there is contact. If there's a big break opportunity for the next three against Michael Jordan. There he comes in. Boom, nothing but basketball. Certainly didn't look like he hit him with anything. And Michael felt the same way, and I have to agree with him.
Michael Jordan has 2 personal fouls. The first point of the night for Gerald Wilkins. Sidney Green checks in for New York. Patrick Ewing will rest with 3:19 to go in the first half. You see that Wilkins was the scoring leader for the Knicks against Philadelphia tonight, though. 0 for 4 from the floor.
Well, he's a pretty tough assignment.
from the line.
Pretty tough assignment. He's got a lot to concentrate on the other end of the court, Bob. Starting Michael Jordan.
Gets help from Jackson this time. Jordan finds Grant, who finds Cartwright. His foul. Oakley and Vandeweghe both all over him down there.
But I know I get to sound like a broken record here, but what Chicago is doing so effectively is what Philadelphia had success against this Knicks team, is they are attacking the press. When they break it down, they go to the basket, and they're getting good opportunities.
Oakley gets his first personal. It's tied at 39. Cartwright can break that tie.
It's amazing how the pace of this game has slowed down. As you pointed out, Bob, it was off at a breakneck pace and become quite slow as Cartwright misses his 3rd consecutive free throw.
Cartwright is 0 for 3 from the line. Chicago 2 of 7 from the free throw line. That can prove to be very significant. Just ask the Atlanta Hawks in their game on Sunday against Milwaukee. Free throws really made a difference.
Well, the Bulls know about that.
Cartwright gets that one. And speaking of the Atlanta Hawks, Doc Rivers will be a guest in our studios at halftime with Craig Sager. Bulls by 1, 3 minutes to go, first half. 10 on the shot clock for the Knicks. Wilkins tried to get it to a post at Mark Jackson, but unfortunately he had to get the pass past Jordan. Hodges for 3. Hodges now with 10 points in the first half, and the Bulls lead it by 4.
Craig Hodges has been a great addition to this Chicago Bull team.
Wilkins with his first field goal of the night. He's 1 out of 5 from the floor.
Well, he needs to do that because, as you mentioned, he's saying he tried to wear Michael down on both ends of the court, and he really hasn't looked to do all that much offensively.
This ball game's been everything we bargained for. It's a 2-point Bulls lead. 2 minutes to go, first half. Jordan misses the 3. Green with a rebound. Jackson intimidated by Cartwright. Bulls ball. What a nice play by Pippen. 3-on-1. The bounce pass from Hodges couldn't be controlled by Cartwright. And now Mark Jackson traveled prior to the pass. You won't see that many times from that very talented ball handler. Chicago gets a timeout, leading it by 2 with 1:43 to go, first half. You see Michael Jordan leads the world in career playoff scoring average with 36.7 in the 5-game series against Cleveland. He averaged 39.8.
Now, you wonder in the old days why the Lakers are so tough. You saw Jerry West and Elgin Baylor teammates right up there in the top 5.
Bulls lead it by 2. Corzine in, along with Paxson and Charles Davis. From the corner, Davis, that's a 2-pointer. Davis' first basket of the ball game. Once again, the Bulls bench. Doug Collins hoping they can hold off the Knicks here for the final minute, 17 of the half. Wilkins, Jackson. The runner falls for Mark Jackson. Just as you talked and pointed out earlier, with this lineup in here, no shot blockers, no intimidated post defenders, you can expect the Knicks to attack the basket.
That's for sure. The only guy that could help out if you were in the right position would be Michael and maybe Scotty, but they're not really what we call great shot blockers, blocking threats.
Bulls by 2, less than a minute, first half. Michael with the ball out of bounds off of Chicago. Knicks ball with 42 to go in the first half, and that's the 13th Chicago turnover.
Michael came off the pick, and Kiki was there, giving him a little bit of a shove, no foul, and Kiki with the good hands knocks it right off of Michael's foot. Good reaction by Kiki.
Knicks can tie. Gerald Wilkins over Jordan for 3. Knicks take the lead for the first time since 5:12 remained in quarter number 1. Second timeout, Chicago. 21 seconds to go, first half. The Knicks have the lead. The crowd into the game.
Well, here's the way it is. It happened because Mark Jackson wasn't able to get the handle on the ball. He lost it. They get it out to Wilkins, and he just hits nothing but net. Again, he's finally starting to look for that shot, and hitting that one jumper probably made him feel that he could start to do that. And knocking in the three-pointer gives that lead back to the Knicks. Important for them going into halftime. You see the Knicks now 3 for 5 in their attempts, an excellent percentage, and the Bulls also have done very well with their three-point shooting. They've actually taken more attempts. And right now, Doug Collins will play for that last shot, hope to get it in and go into halftime with the lead.
New York, Doc Rivers will be with Craig in the studio. Doc Rivers is now departed from the playoffs, Atlanta Hawks. Jordan is tripped
By Oakley.
Foul by Charles Oakley. That's his second personal foul.
That's 2 on Oakley.
The Knicks are over the limit.
Knicks are over the limit. Vincent will check in for the final 19 seconds, and Hodges goes to the bench. Kenny Walker will be in for New York.
Kenny Walker, number 7, is in for New York.
Walker in to get Oakley to the bench. The last thing Rick Pitino wants is for Oakley to pick up another foul in the last 19 seconds.
Ewing picked up 2 personals very early in this ball game, but has remained there with 2. Cartwright also has 2 for Chicago, as does Michael Jordan. Bulls not hot from the free throw line early tonight. Michael is, but the rest of the team isn't. Michael Jordan has not scored a field goal, by the way, in the last 18 minutes.
And that would scare me if I'm Rick Pitino. The fact that they have the lead.
The Bulls now have regained that lead by 1 with 18 seconds in the half. And Paxson grabs Jackson out high.
Fouled by John Paxson.
The first one inside 2 minutes, so they had 1 to give. Knicks will inbound.
Well, what Doug wanted to do, he wanted to take the foul since they had one to take to get Michael out of the game, so he would pick up a foul in the last 15 seconds. That's why he brought Sellers in. Smart move. He couldn't do it because Michael, of course, was shooting the free throws.
15 to go in the half. See the time remaining in the bottom right of your screen. Good defense. Pippen tips it away. Jackson off balance at the buzzer. And at the half, the Bulls will go to the locker room with a 1-point lead over the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden. So the Knicks won both of their regular season meetings against Chicago here at Madison Square Garden. You see Mark Jackson and Gerald Wilkins going off. Jackson has 10, but Wilkins has only 6 points in the first half. Chicago leads it by 1 behind Jordan's 11 points.
To help his teammates. Here you see him with the ball on the left part of your screen. Watch the right part of your screen. You're going to see sliding in Horace Grant to the basket. The great pass to Horace Grant for the layup. One of those 9 assists that Bob was telling you about. Late in the first quarter, Mark Jackson started to take things over for the Knicks when the small lineup was in Chicago. They went inside and dominated inside. Even though the ball was knocked away and Oakley misses this shot on the good block by Horace Grant, right there, the ever-present Jackson to knock it back in. But that was really the extent of the inside game for the New York Knicks, Bob, because when the big lineup was in there, they basically shut down the inside game. Patrick Ewing with only 6 points in the first half. You can see the poor shooting percentage on the Knicks. That's been really their demise. The 13 turnovers by the Bulls hurt them. But surprisingly, Bob, those turnovers came when the Knicks were not doing all of their trapping. The Bulls attacked the trap great early in this game, forcing Rick Pitino to really go away from it somewhat. And then they got a little sloppy with the ball. They have to be a little bit more careful in this second half.
You see the scoring leaders, Jordan with 11, but notice no field goals for Jordan in the last 18 minutes of the first half. Hodges with 10, 2 3-pointers there. Jackson with 10 points, only 3 assists. Newman with 9. He scored all those points early, then they shut him down. Vandeweghe came in and replaced him and also hit 9. So that quick forward position being effective for the Knicks here tonight.
Well, yes, it was, but also when Mark Jackson gets 10 points and 3 assists, I don't think the Knicks are as good a basketball team. Would have been better off with him getting 3 points and 10 assists.
You've got that right. The Knicks starters are only 13 of 34 if you quickly add that up. Not good shooting percentage, as the Knicks shot a team total of 40% in the first half. Chicago 48-6, and even more importantly, the Bulls were 50% from three-point line. Oakley only 1 out of 8. Actually, that was wrong on that. The total. Oakley is 1 out of 4 as I add that up again. With my computer-like math.
Computer-like brain, that's true. Your son David worked hard with you to get you to that point. I know
yes,
that.
he did. I'm making progress. The Bulls lead it by 1. Ready to get underway for the second half from Madison Square Garden. The Bulls did not win here this season in the regular season action. The Knicks won both of the games played in Madison Square Garden. The Bulls won all 3 that were played at Chicago Stadium. But home court advantage has been not very meaningful in the first round of the playoffs.
Bob, I always felt that that was the case in the playoffs. The home court is not as important, although you do want to have the 7th game at home if you have to have one.
Jordan on the baseline drive. The scoop won't go, but the tip in by Cartwright.
Penetration caused the problems. Ewing turned his back to Cartwright, and Cartwright snuck in there.
7 points in the game for Cartwright. Bulls by 3. Wilkins just inside 3-point territory. Has 8 in the game. Hodges pulls up just inside the 3-point line.
That was Craig Hodges.
So both teams are going with their starting lineups. For New York, that's Jackson, Newman, Ewing, Wilkins, and Oakley. For Chicago, it's Jordan and Hodges in the backcourt, Grant, Pippen, and Cartwright up front. Ewing over Cartwright. That's his favorite shot, the turnaround baseline jumper from the left side. Jordan kicks it out to Hodges for 3. That's his 3rd 3-pointer of the game.
I thought his foot was on the line right from here. Had a pretty good angle on that one.
Well, if they look at it again, the officials did change 1 3 to 2 early. Wilkins with the penetration, missed the lay-in. Newman with a big rebound. It was blocked. Corralled by Ewing.
Cartwright having a heck of a game here.
Bulls lead it by 4. Vandeweghe set to check in very early here in the second half. Newman for 3. Newman has 2 3-pointers and 12 in the game. Jordan splits the defense, gets the lay-in.
Look how he used his body to lay in towards Ewing so he couldn't get to him. Held the ball out, laid it in. Great play.
That was Patrick Jordan's first field goal since the first quarter. You can believe that for Michael Jordan. It's the truth. Newman went for 2 3-pointers in a row and didn't get it. Bulls by 3. Jordan throws it out of bounds. It was tipped off the hands of the Knicks, though, with 18 on the shot clock. Vandeweghe in for Newman. And Pitino's going to talk to Newman a little bit. He wasn't really happy that he came out that quickly. But he gets some words from his coach, and he's going to come back in shortly. Hodges past Jackson. The finger roll. Beautiful move by Craig Hodges.
And
Bulls lead it by 5. Hodges 3 out of 3 this quarter. Ewing against Cartwright. Draws the double team, and the nice pass into Wilkins.
General Wilkins. Bulls lead 58-55.
Hodges for three. Rebound Cartwright. And the jam.
Again, they attacked Bob. He took the three-point shot with two of his own men underneath to only Patrick Ewing. That's a smart play.
Bulls back by 5. Now Ewing against Cartwright. The bump, the turnaround, didn't get the roll. Grant with another rebound. Pippen with the double clutch. Ewing was there to make him change his shot. Oakley was there to get the rebound. Bulls by 5. Shot clock ticks down to 10 for the Knicks. Wilkins on the penetration. Hodges with the ball for Chicago. Has Jordan left, Pippen right. Grant on the trail to Pippen.
Right now, the Bulls are beating the Knicks at their own game in a quick-paced game, and that's really surprising. You would think that the Knicks would have that advantage, and Pitino doesn't like what he sees.
That's the biggest lead of the ball game, a lead of 7 for Chicago with 8:03 to go, quarter number 3.
Portions of tonight's game are brought to you by Jeep and Eagle, the official vehicles of the NBA, and by Valvoline Motor Oil. People who know use Valvoline.
A look at the Western Conference playoffs in the semifinals. Golden State and Phoenix down to the bottom right there will come up next year. That'll be Golden State at Phoenix. Pete Van Weeren and Steve Jones will have the game. Then tomorrow night, make that Thursday night, Seattle and L.A. Matter that is tomorrow night. Seattle will be at L.A. and on Thursday, L.A. at Seattle.
You see Wilkins losing the ball, Bob, and all of a sudden off to the races go the Bulls. And Craig Hodges, who's played such a great game on a terrific bounce pass to Horace Grant over to Pippen, who takes it home. And surprisingly, the Chicago Bulls are really outplaying the Knicks when it comes to an up-tempo game. And they're also doing a good job of holding them when they have to set up. So right now, the Knicks struggling just a bit.
Newman inbounding to Wilkins.
You see they're talking about the fast game, 10-2 and fast break points favor of Chicago.
Ewing in a serious cold streak. The pass to Jackson. Jordan gets the rebound. That's 5 rebounds for Jordan. 9 assists in the first half. Used Cartwright wisely, then threw it away. Hodges there to break it up, and here comes Newman.
One of the few times Michael's been out of control, Bob. That time he paid the price for it. He really didn't have total control of himself, and that made a bad pass.
Bulls by 5. Crowd back into the ball game now. Down to Grant against Oakley. Past his former teammate, missed the lay-in. Ewing missed the rebound. Jordan inside. Pass to Cartwright. Stripped away by Oakley. Out of bounds. Knicks ball. Great post defense by the Knicks. Hodges knocked it out of bounds off Hodges. 19 on the shot clock.
Doug Collins wouldn't agree with you if you saw him on the screen. He didn't think it was good defense as he gave the chop sign.
It was better than good. 7 minutes to go, third quarter. Wilkins draws the double team down to the baseline. They've got Ewing all alone on the other side, but Jackson now finds him. Ewing finally scores. He had missed his last 5.
One thing you know, Bob, this Knicks team will never quit no matter how far they're down. And if you're the Chicago Bulls, you better be prepared for them coming at you with everything they've got throughout the ball game.
Bulls had led by 7. It's cut to 3. Cartwright finds Pippen. From the corner, that's a 2-pointer by Scottie Pippen. Pippen has 9 points in this game, averaging 15 against Cleveland in the first round. Now Ewing again. Was fouled before the shot went up. Pippen reached in and grabbed his arm. But they're going to call a foul on Cartwright, and it's third. Pippen had a hold of him, but Cartwright bumped him first, and that's a significant call, and that Cartwright now has 3. Wilkins on the quick drive to the hoop.
Boy, he did that with regularity, didn't he, against Philadelphia? It's game number 1. He was waltzing down the middle the whole time, and here he had the opportunity. Cartwright actually could have made a good play on him, but he was afraid of picking up the foul.
Wilkins, after being ice cold to start the game 0 for 4, has now hit 5 of his last 6. Pippen missed the bank shot attempt. Loose ball
On Oakley.
On Charles Oakley. And that'll be the 3rd on Oakley.
Now, I don't know if you watched that shot of Pippen that time, Bob, but when he gets close to the basket, he, for some reason, shoots the ball flat. And that last shot was a great indication of how flat he shoots the ball when he's close to the hoop.
Green in for Oakley with his 3 personals. Cartwright traveled, shuffled his feet before he started backing in against Ewing. Spin move, Newman. What a play by Johnny Newman. Newman with 16 in the game. He has 7 in this quarter. Jordan pulls up and missed the little short jump shot. Grant battles and gets the rebound. Now Green. Knicks can take the lead. They trailed by 7. Patino got a timeout, and the Knicks have made a big run on the Bulls, who scored only 2 points since that Patino timeout. Timeout that initiated a 10-2 Knicks run in the last 3 minutes 11 seconds, keyed primarily by baskets from Johnny Newman and Gerald Wilkins, and the Knicks have a 1-point lead. 4:42 to go, 3rd quarter. Hodges. Rebound Pippen. Back to the hole. Good move by Pippen after the rebound. He has 11.
Bulls take the lead, 60-65.
Bulls retake the lead by 1. Wilkins off the Ewing pick, missed the jam.
Well, Chicago got a break there because the mix-up defensively, Michael Jordan and Cartwright, but a big miss on the part of Gerald Wilkins.
And this crowd was just ready to explode again. Now 10 on the shot clock. Beautiful pass from Cartwright, back door to Jordan.
That was Michael Jordan.
That was a nice combination from Hodges to Cartwright to Jordan.
Well, you know he's going to light it up pretty quick here, Bob. He's got to get himself back involved in this offense. There's still plenty of time left. The fact that the Bulls still have a 3-point lead, and Michael only with, what, 17 points, 15 points.
Johnny Newman, who's been hot in this quarter, down to Jackson. Mark Jackson now with 12 in the game. Wilkins 14, Jackson 12, Ewing 10, Newman 16. Good balance from the Knicks starters. Only Oakley has been quiet. Out of bounds off the Knicks, 15 on the shot clock.
Let's watch this good play here. We're going to see a great backdoor play. Cartwright gets a backdoor real quick. Newman's beaten, too late coming over. Sid Green, take it home, Michael.
Bulls by 1. 3:28 to go, 3rd quarter. They're going to get Wilkins for the foul as he came around from behind Jordan to intercept the pass. That's his first personal.
Quite remarkable that he only has 1 personal foul, the way he's been shadowing Michael all game.
Charles Davis into the ball game to get Horace Grant a rest. Interestingly enough, team fouls in this 3rd quarter. Knicks only 2, Bulls only 1, with 3:25 remaining in the 3rd. Jordan on the drive against Wilkins. Now with 17. Jordan with only 17. I say only because, of course, he's averaging 39.8 in the playoffs. Newman for 3. Again! 3 3-pointers for Newman, who has 19 in the game. He had his season high against Chicago. Newman loves scoring against the Bulls. It's tied at 70. Jordan in trouble in the lane, still with a clever move. 10 on the shot clock. Cartwright drives past Ewing. Got fouled after he cleared Ewing, and the weak side help came over. It's against Sidney Green.
Nice move by Mr. Bill. that time, as he gave a little different look to Patrick squaring up against him.
Bill Cartwright shooting 2.
Green has 2 personals. Of that 5 of 8 3-point shooting, Newman has 3 of those. Cartwright struggling from the line tonight. Is only 2 out of 5 now, has 10 points in the game.
Number 11 replaces Michael Jordan for the Bulls.
Vincent in for Jordan. Vincent and Hodges now in the Chicago backcourt.
Pretty good battle going on there in that center position. Now is a key time for the New York Knicks with 2:39 to go. Michael on the bench. They need to try and get a lead here, take advantage of the absence of Michael Jordan.
And the Bulls do have a lead of 2 with 2:39 to go, third quarter. The first free throws made this quarter by either team. Jackson on the penetration to Newman. That's what Mark Jackson does so well, but he hasn't been doing all that well in this game thus far. That's the 14th tie in this game. Pippen in trouble, finds Hodges for 3. No 2. He stepped on the line. Check it, make it 2 for Hodges.
By Craig Hodges.
So that time he had a chance for a 2-on-2. If he's going to take that shot, he should have made sure it was a 3-point shot since he had rebounding underneath.
Jackson kicks it to Newman. He pulls up from about 20. Air ball. Captured by Cartwright. 10 rebounds for Cartwright.
And this is all bonus time for Doug Collins and the Bulls right here with Michael on the bench if they can maintain the lead or not fall behind.
Leading by 2, 1:45 to go, third quarter. Bob Neal, Rick Barry with you from Madison Square Garden. Golden State Phoenix coming up next on the Super Station. Into Cartwright against Hugh. He got the foul before he drove.
And again, when he faces up against Ewing, it's causing a bit of a problem for Patrick. And I think that he should consider doing that a little bit more often. He's been very successful the last 2 times.
And Ewing now with 3 personals. That's the first foul within the last 2 minutes, so it'll be inbounded. You see the wholesale substitutions going on here as the teams do not want to get their critical players in any foul trouble at this point in the ballgame, so some changes are made. Cartwright sits down and Corzine checks in.
And Collins was countering when he saw Ewing going out. Then he said he'd get Cartwright out, give him the rest, save him for going against Cartwright. Brought Corzine in.
Strickland, Kenny Walker in from New York along with Tucker. Sam Vincent handling the ball for Chicago. Vincent not getting much movement away from the ball from his teammates. Pulls up and shoots and misses. Walker rebound. Bulls weren't sure what play to run there after the substitutions. And Vincent was expecting some baseline picks that didn't happen. Newman continues to be on fire. He has 23 and an opportunity for 24.
But again, Bob, what has happened, again, when this lineup is in there, they just go right to the basket. Here's the pass from Strickland. Newman comes off the screen open, sees the hole, penetrates in, grabs the foul and the basket. And that's smart basketball. With the small lineup in, both times that this has happened in the ball game, they attack the hole.
Johnny Newman got 9 points on the get-go right out of the blocks for the Knicks. Went silent. Mainly Vandeweghe came in and played a lot. But you see this third quarter, 14 points. He has 23 after he missed the free throw. It's tied at 74. Pippen handling the ball well out in the open court. 10 on the shot clock for Chicago. Pippen wants Corzine against Green. 5 on the shot clock. To Pippen on the cut. Strickland gets his own rebound. Back to the hole. The reverse. Strickland is fouled on the baseline drive. 31 seconds to go in the quarter.
Fouled by Corzine.
Corzine picks up the personal. His first.
And the Bulls are over the limit.
That puts the Bulls over the limit, and it puts Strickland at the free throw line. The rookie out of
2 shots.
DePaul University. They played very well during that mid-season stretch when Mark Jackson was undergoing arthroscopic knee surgery. Knicks only 7 of 12 at the line tonight. Neither team with great free throw percentage in this ball game. Half a minute left in the third quarter. 5-second shot differential. Chicago will have to put it up with about 6 seconds left in the quarter. Hodges for 3. Time remaining in the quarter. And good full-court Chicago defense denies the Knicks the final shot. But the Knicks lead it after 3, 75-74. Owners, after they went on a winning streak to win that series from Cleveland, the owner said, why don't you just quit shaving for a while? So he looks what I'd call scruffy. And if you'll notice down at the bottom of the screen down there, he's in his very natty black trainer shoes.
But at least they let him shampoo his hair.
So the Bulls trail it by 1 now with 12 minutes of basketball remaining. It was Johnny Newman leading the Knicks back in the third quarter with 14 points in the quarter. And away, down to Walker. Rebound Ewing. Took it away from Horace Grant.
And again, the Knicks attack inside without Bill Cartwright.
Strickland knocked it out of bounds. Now Paul Mahalik has something to say to Rick Pitino and vice versa. The Knicks are up by 3. The Bulls have led by as many as 7. There have been a host of ties in this game, 15. Sellers couldn't control it. Jordan was the man who threw it out of bounds. Now here are the Minute Maid soft drink third quarter statistics.
And the Knicks, of course, their percentage up to 46, which has helped them a lot. Those 16 turnovers, now 17, hurt a lot. And the points off the turnovers a big factor in this game for the Knicks.
Grant rebounding the Ewing miss. Knicks by 3, 11-14 to go in this ball game. Cartwright set to check back in. Chicago has only starters Jordan and Grant on the floor at the moment. Here's Grant against Ewing. Vincent fouled on the drive. Cartwright back into the ball game for 4.
You know, still Bill Collins, I would think, Bob, would feel very good about what happened, giving that 2 minutes 40-second rest in the last part of that third quarter to Michael Jordan and some of other his key people, and only lost a 2-point lead to trail by 1. So not a bad trade for getting all that rest for his key players.
Cartwright back into the ball game with 11 points and 10 rebounds in this game. Vincent's first point of the night. Sam Vincent out of Michigan State University.
And you want to talk about the trade helping? I guarantee the trade help tonight was a great example. The inside game of the Knicks, really not much existence to it when Cartwright's been in there. When he's been out of the game, the Knicks have dominated in there.
Knicks by 1. Strickland continuing to rest Mark Jackson. 10 on the shot clock for the Knicks. Now Ewing against Cartwright. Draws the double team. There's that sweet turnaround jumper.
And the Knicks lead, 79-76.
Ewing with 14. Michael Jordan very quiet in this game tonight by his standards, only 17 points. Sellers left alone. Looked like he traveled before the shot. Rebound Ewing. He has 9 to Knicks' biggest lead of 5. The shot clock. Vincent got it off before the shot clock expired, and the officials are not sure. They have a disagreement, and Bill Sarr says Knicks ball.
And right now the Bulls having the most difficulty handling this pressure by the Knicks. This is the worst that they have reacted to it in the ball game, and it's coming at the most inopportune time.
And 2 of their better open court ball handlers about to come back in. Hodges and Pippen. Sellers and Vincent have been struggling there. Vandeweghe misses the driving scoop shot. Vandeweghe 5 out of 7 from the floor, by the way, but he draws the foul and will go to the line.
Well, that small forward position has been very productive for Rick Pitino tonight.
Foul on Sellers.
Kiki Vandeweghe on the line. He's shooting two.
Sellers, another player who shoots the ball flat. That shot that he missed before leading to that break by Vandeweghe was a very flat shot, had no chance to go in, and it was really a guard's responsibility to get back. That was Sellers' man who took off Vandeweghe, and they had bad court awareness.
Vandeweghe, who averaged 7 points in the series against Philadelphia, has 13 here tonight.
And once again, we're seeing the Knicks play exceptionally well with Mark Jackson on the bench. That happened in the Philly series.
New York has scored 6 straight. Tucker stripped it from Jordan. Tucker, an excellent transition defender. Showing you why. Ewing. Rebound Walker. Up strong. He draws the foul. Timeout, Chicago. 9 minutes to go in the game. The Knicks by 7. So in just under 2 minutes, the Knicks have outscored the Bulls by 6 to take a 7-point lead. That's the largest New York lead of the game, with 9:03 remaining. The Knicks have Trent Tucker, Strickland, Vandeweghe, Kenny Walker, and Ewing on the floor. The Bulls will counter with Craig Hodges, Pippen, Jordan, Horace Grant, and Cartwright. That's the Chicago starting lineup.
And they've got to make the move right now, get themselves back into this ball game. And right now, turnovers have been the demise of the Chicago Bulls. They started out the game handling the pressure of the Knicks exceptionally well, and then they got a little sloppy when they took the press off. But this half, it's been even a worse scenario for them. They've really dug a hole for themselves with their inability to handle the basketball.
And even probably the most significant thing in terms of Chicago's offense is that Michael Jordan has been held to 17 points with 9 to go in this game. Coming in here averaging 39-8, and he scored over 40 the last 3 games against Cleveland. Now Trent Tucker in Jordan's jersey. Tucker, an excellent defensive ball player. Grant in the paint, blocked by Walker, controlled by Hodges. Cartwright misses. Here comes Strickland. Knicks by 8. What a move by the rookie. Walker goes down hard.
We'll watch the excellent penetration by Strickland. There he goes to the right now, back to the left on the crossover. Nice through, draws the defender Grant, who gets set, goes right out, and makes a good play against Kenny Walker. Even though he did commit the foul, it was good reaction on the part of Horace Grant, who had to try and stop 2 people by himself.
He has 3 personals in the game now. Cartwright with 3, Grant 3, Jordan 3 for Chicago. Points, and they lead it by double digits, 86-76. Keep your eye on Trent Tucker and his defense against Michael Jordan. The dish to Grant.
That was Horace Grant.
It was Jordan's penetration that caused it.
86-78.
Trent Tucker was right there. Ewing draws the foul from Cartwright.
Let's watch Michael on the last play. Look at the defense that you pointed out by Tucker right there. But quickly, Michael's able to turn the corner, gets inside, draws the defender over to a Walker, whose man slips underneath. That's Grant, and the great pass by Jordan, and take home by Horace.
Ewing at the line, 14 points, 9 rebounds. Cartwright picked up his 4th foul.
Now that replay showing again how penetration causes such a problem for defenders. You must go pick up the initial attack, which is the ball, and you have to leave your man. And then if somebody's not quick enough to recover, that leaves somebody open, and a great player like Michael will find that open player. Bill Cartwright's still upset about that call.
Ewing gets them both. Just a 10-point Knicks lead with 8:05 to go in this game. Stolen by Strickland. Bad pass from Pippen. Scottie Pippen careless with the pass. Turnovers again, killing the Bulls. Look at this Knicks defense. Jordan just cannot tear loose. Cartwright with the drive to the hoop. A power move by Bill Cartwright, and he also draws the foul. Cartwright has 13 now.
There's a lot of action in there. Here's the finish of it as Cartwright knifes through the opening and was determined to take this strong to the basket. Fouled by two people. They had their choice that time of Strickland or Walker.
They gave it to Strickland. He has two. Cartwright converts the three-point play, and it's a 9-point Knicks lead with 7:42 to go in the game. Team fouls. Bulls have 4. They're 1 away from the penalty. Knicks only 2. Strickland opened in the middle. Good job by Pippen to get the rebound.
Walker with the foul.
Charge against Kenny Walker.
He has 2.
Personal foul, New York's 3rd team foul.
And the Bulls changing the momentum a bit at this point in the ball game. Significant possession here to keep the crowd out of the ball game, because believe me, this crowd has been an influence here tonight. Look at Trent Tucker all over Jordan. Wilkins all over him when he's in the game. Tucker when he's in the game. And of course, then there's the constant double team. Now 10 on the shot clock as they isolate Michael Jordan. Tucker fouls him on the jump shot attempt.
Well, we've hardly seen Michael look for the jump shot tonight. He really hasn't been looking to take that shot, and it may be difficult to get himself into rhythm. It's very important for the Knicks to try and keep this type of an advantage, 7, 8 points. You don't want, again, Bob, to have this game at a 4-point deficit when you get down to the last 3 minutes with Michael Jordan, your opponent.
Michael Jordan in the game tonight has 18 points with that free throw, and this is the kind of situation where Jordan can also pull the Bulls back. They have trailed by 10. He can cut the lead to 7 here. And does. Jordan had no field goals for the last 8 minutes. Still doesn't. That goes from the line. 7:13 remaining in this ball game. Knicks by 7. The Knicks are right now handling the ball very well in this lead with the bench on the floor.
Scottie Pippen pushing off, just fighting through the screen by Walker, not pinning down.
The only starter on the floor right now for New York is Patrick Ewing.
And now the Bulls being over the limit, that's no help to them. Unless, of course, the Knicks shoot the 4 free throws, but the Knicks will be in the penalty as well from this point forward.
There are several factors that could determine this game. Obviously, how Jordan did. Obviously, the pace and tempo of the game. And the third big major factor, the bench. And you see the story. It has been the Knicks bench, which has stood tall for them all year long. It's played well in this game tonight.
Well, they certainly have a distinct advantage in this matchup. The Chicago bench, certainly their weakness.
Walker 7 of 8 from the free throw line off the bench tonight. Knicks back by 9. Hodges wants the 3. Gets it. Hodges has 4 3-pointers in this ballgame.
Defense here in a basket, and not a good position for the Knicks. Patrick Ewing was over the back that time. That should have been a foul.
Cartwright had the ball first. It ended up in Horace Grant's hands. Probably a good no call, though. It's into Grant. He was fouled on the hold.
No basket.
He put the ball on the floor, so no continuation. Basket won't count.
His second personal foul. The Knicks are over the limit.
The Chicago Bulls, I was just looking up the statistics here, have 5 3-pointers. 6 3-pointers in this game, and that breaks the Chicago 3-point playoff record. They had set that record in the first game of the Cleveland series with 5, so that's been broken here tonight.
Rick Pitino, realizing that his lead is dwindling away, could be down possibly to 4 points, so he brings Oakley and also Newman back in the game, who has been the big offensive force for the Knicks tonight.
Strickland and Tucker remain the Knicks guards.
Amazing again, Mark Jackson spending so much time on the bench, and how well the Knicks have played with Strickland. We've seen this a number of times throughout the playoffs.
The Bulls are now to within 4. The Knicks had led by 10. 6:22 to go in the game, and Chicago on a 10-2 run.
I bet you Mark Jackson's back in the next minute and a half.
Tucker for 3. Rebound. Cartwright, he lost it. Newman got the loose ball in the basket. 25 for Johnny Newman, averaging 17 and a half in the playoffs.
Boy, the Bulls had that one. That's a critical loss for them there, turning that one back over.
Pippen looking for Cartwright. But Ewing forces Cartwright to the free throw line. Pippen from the perimeter.
Next lead, 94.
Knicks by 4. The feed inside to Ewing. Stripped away by Grant. And now the foul.
Michael Jordan, I believe. Oh, no, they're going to call Grant for clipping as he dove for the ball.
Loose ball on Horace Grant. That's his 4th. Cartwright also with 4 for Chicago.
Trent Tucker on the line, 2 shots.
Knicks by 4 with 5:35 remaining in this ball game. Trent Tucker gets it to rattle home. Both teams have been shaky at the free throw line tonight. The crowd just sitting here, they're not sure of this Knicks lead. You get the sense that they're not confident that Michael Jordan won't just explode. Michael has only 19 points in this game. Big rebound. Knicks by 5.
2 critical offensive rebounds for the Knicks.
That's on Pippen.
That's his 2nd personal
He
foul.
has 2 now. Both teams over the limit.
Johnny Newman on the line, 2 shots.
Newman had his season high, his career high, 35 points against Chicago in the first game of the season this year, the regular season. He scores well against the Bulls. The Bulls don't exactly have what you'd call defensive quick forwards. Pippen, and even when Sellers comes in to play that position.
Yeah, they have the potential to get to be that way, but they really haven't learned what defense is about in the NBA yet, Bob. It takes a while to adjust.
Knicks by 7, 5:18 remaining in the game. Jordan held under 20. He has 19. That's halfway to his playoff scoring average. Grant in the paint. Nice lean-in shot, gets his own rebound, then loses it. Back to Jordan. He's fouled by Oakley before the drive. Oakley with 4.
Fouled by Charles Oakley. His 4th personal foul. That's 4 on Oakley. Knicks all over the limit.
Let's see what Michael is doing here off the ball. We'll watch him and see how he gets involved in the play. You see, he saw what's happening. He's still moving, trying to get over. Look at the back cut to try and be open there. Sneaks inside. And then he'll eventually pick up that loose ball, go to the free throw line when he picked up the foul. But very, very active player, always making the kind of moves to get himself available.
Jordan has no field goals in the last 10 minutes of this ball game.
Well, he went 18 minutes without one in the first half.
Exactly, the entire second quarter, and part of the first, obviously. It's now a 5-point Knicks lead with 4:58 to go in this ball game. Shot clock to 10 for New York. They're looking for Ewing down in the post. There he is. They're going to get the push foul before Ewing missed the layup. It'll be on Cartwright.
Fouled by Bill Cartwright.
His 5th.
That's his 5th personal foul. 5 on Bill Cartwright.
They just about have to leave Cartwright in the ball game despite the 5.
Well, he's got to play. He has to play. Otherwise, they have no defense inside, and he just has to be careful and not try to block a shot. That situation there, he shouldn't have gone for the block. He was beaten. The foul shot, the foul, very costly. Well, I think that Doug is not agreeing with us as he's going to bring Corzine in. And I guarantee you, the Knicks are going to hammer it inside. Down to Ewing in the post as they've done previously, and they'll get those wings pounding it down low, particularly Newman on the drive. There's the comparison of Cartwright and Ewing tonight. The papers in New York, of course, since Chicago advanced on Sunday, have been talking about the trade, the return of Cartwright to New York.
Oakley facing his former team. They're not really matched up against each other. It's been somewhat of a standoff. I'd say tonight's ball game, Cartwright has performed more productively than has Oakley. Shot clock to 7 for Jordan from the free throw line. Reminiscent of the game winner against Cleveland.
Had a double clutch. It was hanging in the air. Shot it on the way down.
Knicks by 5. There you go into Ewing over Corzine. They'll go to that well early and often with Cartwright on the bench.
Pretty good well. And you don't even have to drop any money in there. Well, I guess they do. About $3 million a year.
Grant is hammered.
Watch Michael. Look how hard he works just to get open. Runs across the lane, gets the position, doesn't get the ball. He should have had it in that position right there. Finally, now he does get it. But he had to wait a long time, and then the double team, and then the work to go without it, the crossover into the middle, boom, up in the air, changes on the way down, knock it in. That's a great basketball player.
Jordan has taken only 11 shots in this game. Unbelievable. I mean, only 11 shots in the game. By the way, Cartwright is back. Corzine is on the bench. That personal foul that'll send Grant to the line goes against Patrick Ewing. He now has 4.
I guess as long as they can maintain this 5, 6, 7 point lead in that area, they're going to go with Strickland. I thought with the run the Bulls are making that perhaps we would have seen Jackson come back in, but he's going to have to be very tight coming back in there. I mean, he's been sitting a very, very long time.
And, you know, sometimes when that happens, a player has some kind of injury, minor or otherwise, but it does not appear as though there's anything wrong with Mark Jackson. We certainly had no information to that note, and Strickland has stayed in the ball game while the Knicks have built a lead.
And he's played very well. But remember also that late in the game against Philly, Rick did go back to Jackson. He came up with those 2 big hoops, the driving the little one in the middle and the 3-pointers. So he can deliver in crunch time.
Grant missing the free throw. Very big miss, obviously, at this point of the game with 3:57 remaining. Against the second. Knicks by 6. Just under 4 remaining in the game from Madison Square Garden. Bob Neal, Rick Barry with you. Right after this one, we'll be going out to the West Coast, Golden State and Phoenix. Ewing's finger roll as he splits the lane. 22 for Ewing.
Probably should have been attacking him when he put it on the court. That was not good team defense by Chicago.
Grant inside over Newman. Rebound Cartwright. He's fouled.
Well, somebody's going to have 5 fouls, either Ewing or Oakley.
It is Oakley who picked up the foul. He has 5. 3:28 to go in the game. Once again, the free throw line, a very major place for the Bulls right now. And Cartwright has struggled from the free throw line tonight. He's only 4 out of 7. Even though Cartwright has 14 points in the game, double-digit rebounds also. Cartwright averaging under 10 points and 8.5 rebounds in the playoffs, has 15 points tonight. 16. Bulls still very much alive with 3:25 to go. Trailing by 6. The jump hook missed, and once again Chicago lost a very important defensive rebound.
But Oakley is called for the foul, his 6th.
That'll foul Oakley out of the ball game. Chicago ball, and that was a big loose ball foul.
Well, watch it again. Patrick Ewing with a sweeping right-handed hook. A little bit too strong. Pippen has it. He loses it off the head of Oakley. In comes Cartwright. He loses it. And there's the foul. The block on the part of Oakley. That's only fair because they called one just like that on Horace Grant.
And Oakley tonight fouls out with only 2 points, and even more significantly, only 3 rebounds in this ball game. Cartwright has been a monster on the boards tonight with 13. Jackson back in as Cartwright misses another free throw. Knicks by 6 points. Cartwright has come up big, scoring and rebounding, but not at the free throw line. It's 1 out of 2 here. He's about 50% on the night.
And now Mark Jackson a little bit stiff back in early crunch time.
Final 3 minutes, and the Knicks have it by 5. Looking for Ewing down low. Cartwright denied that entry pass. Now Tucker, they started again with 10 on the shot clock. Newman pulls up from 18. Another big offensive board. This time Tucker all alone. Walker. He's fouled. It was either Grant or Cartwright. Or either Jordan. There were 3 players had a shot at it.
That's his fourth personal foul for Jordan.
They're saying it was Michael Jordan.
Game, and here's an opportunity to use a Polaroid camera if you have one to get that spin move, and the layup by Newman, who hit that big hoop to really get the Knicks on a roll and take a big lead, which now has been cut back to 5 points with 2:46 remaining.
Newman with 27 has been the offensive key for the Knicks here tonight. He leads all scorers in the game, and that's all scorers, including Michael Jordan, who's been held to 23 points and has just barely over double-digit field goal attempts, 11 or 12 in the game. Tucker and Wilkins have done a great job defensing Michael Jordan in the isolated one-on-one defense, and the team defense has helped too. He's had to give it up to the other players. They haven't answered with enough. Pippen 13 points, Grant 13, Cartwright 17, Hodges has 22. Jordan finally controls. Looked like the Knicks were about to get another offensive rebound off of this free throw. Hodges has it blocked from behind, but Jordan saves it. This
great
is
saves by
Michael's moments. The last 2.5 minutes. He doesn't get it, but Cartwright does, and he's fouled. He can't get it back in, but he'll go to the line. Where Cartwright is only about 50% tonight, 7 of 11.
His third personal foul,
3 on Walker.
Well, one thing you have to say in his favor, Bob, he missed 3 of those early in the game. In fact, I think it was his first 3 free throws that he missed, and since that time, he's made 6. Actually, what, 7? Actually, 7 of his next 8. But you were right as usual again. He's having trouble there.
You can see look on his face.
And you know that kills me every time I see one missed.
Not exactly textbook free throw style.
No, I wouldn't teach anybody to shoot the way Bill Cartwright shoots.
But the Knicks lead it by only 4 with 2:23 remaining in this ballgame.
And that's just what you don't want against Michael Jordan.
You pointed it out earlier. Jordan only 7 is 7 of only 12 field goal attempts tonight. 6 on the shot clock. Newman with the drive has to force it up. Rebound Jordan. Bulls can cut the lead to 2 or less.
2 minutes.
Pippen finds Hodges to Grant. He's fouled by Walker. That's 4 on Walker. Grant will go to the free throw line.
That's his fourth personal foul, 4 on Walker.
This is just a terrific display of passing on the part of the Chicago Bulls to continually pack the Knicks. There's the old, what is referred to nowadays as the skip pass to Hodges. Boom, real quick into Horace Grant, who had the great position. Walker has no alternative but to foul him. Fortunately, he wasn't able to make the basket.
Grant 4 out of 5 from the line tonight.
Well, it looks like we're going to have another one of the great NBA finishes that we've been so accustomed to seeing here in the playoffs.
We have had some tremendous ball games during the TBS coverage of the playoffs, and 2 exciting teams coming up next. Golden State and Phoenix, 2 of the highest-powered offensive teams in the NBA. It's a 2-point Knicks lead with 1:50 to go in the game. Jordan almost stole it. Tucker starts it over again. Now in the hands of point guard Mark Jackson. 10 on the shot clock. There's the pass to Newman off the glass. Rebound Grant. Almost stepped on his own player, Michael Jordan. Good body control by Horace Grant. The Bulls can tie. They call a timeout. Chicago a basket away from tying this game with 1:24 remaining from Madison Square Garden in New York. The playoffs continue right after this ball game. Out to Phoenix for Golden State. And Phoenix Vandeweghe and Sidney Green are in for the Knicks following the timeout. Chicago stays with that starting lineup, trailing by a basket. The fourth quarter, 7 points from Grant, 7 from Cartwright. Jordan, fenced by Tucker, is fouled on the drive.
Followed by Trent Tucker.
Tucker picks up his third, and Jordan goes to the free throw line.
Michael Jordan on the line, 2 shots.
Michael is perfect at the free throw line tonight. 8 out of 8 can tie the game here with 1:15 remaining. "24 points, 9 rebounds, 11 assists for Jordan. He's only a rebound away from a triple-double. It's tied.
Scorers tied at 103.
A basket by the Knicks here will reignite the fans. Shot clock down to 11, into Sidney Green.
Blocked by Pippen.
The shot clock continues to run. It didn't hit the iron. 4, 3, stolen by Hodges. He can't beat the field, and it was stolen by Tucker. A great transition defender. And a monster defensive move by Trent Tucker. 42 seconds to go in the game, tied at 103.
They just missed by 1 second, having a 10-second violation.
Jordan doesn't get it. Grant rebound all the way down to Cartwright. Ewing behind him. Cartwright missed the layup. Now the crowd is back. The Knicks can go for the final shot. 19 seconds.
Doug Collins is livid. He cannot believe that they didn't call a foul. Cartwright saying something to Paul Mahalik. I'll tell you one thing. That looked like a foul from here. We'll see if the replay shows it. That is a big non-call. We'll watch that play again. Here we see that Ewing took the shot. The rebound off the great lead pass out by Grant. Wide open Cartwright from behind. Patrick Ewing ran by from this angle. Again, it looked. We'll watch Doug Collins here. Look at Doug Collins. Very, very upset. It certainly looked like there was contact running off to the side there. Paul Mahalik looked like he was in fairly decent position, but Patrick Ewing cut in front of him between his side of Cartwright and Ewing.
Well, the timeouts remaining in the game. The Knicks swept Philadelphia, but remember, if you will, that they were all very close. They could have gone either way. That could have been a Philadelphia 3-0 in terms of the point spread. So the New York Knicks are in the same situation here against Chicago at Madison Square Garden with 19 seconds to go, and it's tied at 103.
Well, of course, now the Knicks play for a situation to evolve where they take the last shot. They want to either win this ball game or go into overtime. Now, here's the last part of this play from the lower angle. Let's see, indeed, if there is contact as Cartwright goes up right there. Here comes Patrick. Boom, left arm. No question contact on that play. Should have been a foul. A big break for the Knicks and a terrible break for the Chicago Bulls. And great replay by our crew here.
Chicago Bulls huddle. Michael Jordan tonight held to 25 points, 14 beneath his average, and the Knicks are in a drought. They had a lead. Chicago tied it, but the Knicks could win it on this possession with 19 seconds remaining.
Again, Bob, you don't want to shoot it too soon. The ball should either go through the basket for a victory or you go to overtime. You don't want to give any time left to the Bulls with Michael Jordan.
At Cleveland, Elo hits the lay-in. 3 seconds remaining. Jordan wins it at the buzzer. Let's see what happens here. Strickland and Jackson are the guards for the Knicks. They're going to let it run and go for that shot. 10 seconds in the game. You see it down there in the bottom right. Jackson goes for 3. Unbelievably, Pippen with the rebound.
Just what we talked about, Bob, the worst possible shot you can imagine in this situation. Leaving time on the clock, and the Bulls have got a chance.
Timeout, Chicago. 2 seconds remaining. Shades of the Cleveland game on Sunday.
Bob, I would bet every penny I could get my hand on that Rick Pitino did not design this play. With 6 seconds to go, with 7 actually, he started into a shot, a desperation almost three-point attempt, and a big rebound by Pippen, and then the timeout with 2 seconds to go, and now a golden opportunity for the Bulls. As we see the shot from the low-end camera, see Jackson from way behind the three-point ring, never had a chance. Ewing got away with a push-off on Cartwright, also underneath the basket on that replay, as you can see it. And a big rebound for Pippen with 2 seconds to go. Now let's see if if the Knicks will do what I think Cleveland should have done in the other game. Play the man out of bounds, double team on Michael Jordan with a couple of people, and don't give him an opportunity to get it into Michael's hands. Make somebody else beat you.
Jordan only 1 field goal last 15 minutes. Now New York gets a 22nd timeout.
Well, Rick Pitino wanted to see the setup. And again, I think you pressure the guy out of bounds. Don't give him the chance to just stand there and wait for somebody to get open and have an easy time to pass it in. Put 2 quick people on Michael Jordan and kind of zone up the rest of it and make him do anything else. Give the ball to somebody else for a long shot. If that's the shot that's going to beat you, that's fine. But don't get it in Michael's hands. Too many things can happen when he's got it.
Well, the Knicks had an opportunity to be cruising into the final seconds of the game with 3:43 remaining. The Knicks led at 103-95, and then the Bulls went on an 8-0 run. It's tied at 103, 2 seconds to go. A missed shot here sends it into overtime.
Well, this is happening in reverse to them when they won Game 2 against Philly, and we're down by 10 with 2:02 to go.
They get it to Carter. Stone Jackson misses at the buzzer. We've got overtime. Oh, can my heart stand it? You gotta love it. We love it. We love it. New York, Chicago at Madison Square Garden. We'll take a commercial timeout and be back for overtime.
There's the last play by the Bulls. If you watch on the top of your screen on the left there, Kenny Walker really making it difficult on Pippen to get the ball in bounds. And you're going to see the little play inside. They cover against Jordan very well, but wide open Cartwright. Now he doesn't come to meet the pass, and because he goes away, that allowed Jackson to be able to step in. If Cartwright went forward to meet that pass, as Jackson missed the shot, of course, Cartwright could have drawn the foul for Mark Jackson. He has to go and meet the ball in that instance. Doug Collins had said to Scottie Pippen when the game was over regulation, Scottie, in that situation, you know, you might want to just think about the 20-second timeout. But however, Cartwright was wide open, and Cartwright was at fault for not going to the pass.
This is 5 minutes of overtime. Each team will get 3 timeouts. The Bulls will keep their remaining 22nd timeout. The penalty will go into effect on the 4th foul in the overtime. And, of course, the people who are in foul trouble remain thus. Cartwright has 5. Oakley is out of the ball game for the New York Knicks. And the Knicks will have Green, Ewing, Wilkins, Jackson, and Vandeweghe. The Bulls have their starting lineup in there. Cartwright with 5 fouls. Mathis.
Red ball. They say that Patrick Ewing stole the tip.
New York stole the foul.
Jordan has only 1 field goal attempt in the last 15 minutes of regulation play. Michael with 25 points in the game. They have really defensed Jordan, and now Wilkins is all over it. Pippen for 3. The break to Wilkins. The spin move past Jordan. He missed the layup. Chicago foul.
Michael Jordan as he fouls Green. It was a good foul because Green would have had an easy layup.
That's 5 on Jordan. Tied at 103. 4.5 minutes to go in the overtime. Ewing battling down low along with Vandeweghe. Now they get Ewing isolated. He draws the double team from Grant. The feed inside to Green, cutting from the offside wing.
And they didn't rotate their defense to cover Green. It was a great quick pass by Ewing.
Green's first points of this ballgame. Now Jordan defensed by Wilkins, who is just on fire defensively. Jordan with a nice feed to Horace Grant.
Yeah, he's been spectacular doing that. I mean, he's been defended quite well, but he has really helped his teteammates tonight. Tons of assists. That's an even dozens assists. Jordan with the big steal again, Bob.
Jordan only 1 rebound away from a triple-double, too. It's tied at 105, 3:51 to go in the overtime. Doug Collins with play instructions to Hodges. Shot clock down to 10 for Chicago. Jordan wants to use Cartwright. Now Cartwright clears the side. 4, 3, 2. Jordan from the perimeter. That's his second field goal attempt in 17 minutes of playing time. Bulls by 2. Now good Chicago half-court defense. Wilkins against Jordan. Into the paint over Jordan. Wilkins. Right after this, Golden State at Phoenix. It's tied at 107. Under 3 minutes. Hodges had a clear path to the basket. It went off the Knicks. It'll belong to Chicago. 10 on the shot clock.
Well, that was a break, because I don't think Cartwright could have ever caught that pass. That was thrown so hard from such a short distance. Big break for the Bulls.
I thought Hodges had an opportunity to penetrate and go for the lay-in. Nevertheless, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Grant into Pippen.
He saw Patrick Ewing.
Now Hodges from the perimeter.
That was Craig Hodges.
Big shot.
Don't think he doesn't make a major difference in this team, Bob, with his threat for the outside shooting. It just makes Michael that much more effective.
Hodges came from Phoenix. He has 24 points in this game. Jordan has 27 for Chicago. Wilkins spinning past Grant. Gets the roll. Gerald Wilkins is pumped. Tied at 109.
Well, he's got a little bit of an advantage now. With Michael with 5 fouls, Michael's not going to be anywhere near as aggressive defensively, so good smart play on the part of Wilkins to try and make Michael work.
Tied at 109. 2:10 remaining in this game. 10 on the shot clock for the Bulls. Jordan from the corner. He won't miss that one. Now Jordan with 29. 2 minutes to go in the game. Bob Neal, Rick Barry with you. Overtime at Madison Square Garden. Grant on the double team. Now 10 on the shot clock as Sidney Green launches it from long range. Pippen with another monster rebound. He has been very good rebounding the ball in the clutch tonight, Scottie Pippen.
And another bad shot by the Knicks.
Even though Pippen has only 7 in the game, he had that big one at the end of the ball game. Almost stolen, out of bounds, off New York. 10 on the shot clock with Chicago leading this by 2. Timeout, New York. Oh, it's been a beauty. It is tense. A lot of fingernails. Well, you know what I mean. We'll be back in a moment. Two of the highest scoring teams in the league, two of the best young players in the league. Golden State and Phoenix follow this game. Pete Van Weer and Steve Jones standing by in Phoenix, Arizona. Mark Jackson has really been absent offensively. He sat on the bench a lot in the second half, but Jackson has only 4 points since the first period, and it was Mark Jackson who launched what we thought was an ill-conceived three-point attempt right toward the end of the ball game. It's now Bulls by 2 with a minute and a half to go in this one from Madison Square Garden.
And both teams doing very well from the field. Chicago, spectacular, 80%.
Chicago has only 7 on their shot clock. Jordan over Wilkins and Ewing. Missing rebound was Grant, and that'll recycle the shot clock. Jordan sees an opening in the lane. The reverse will fall. Hold it. Yes, the reverse goes. The basket will count. Michael Jordan goes to the line.
I'm not even going to say anything about this. Just watch this.
By Sidney Green. Michael Jordan on the line, shooting clutch.
Jordan has not missed from the line tonight.
That says it all, Bob. The guy is amazing.
And still hasn't. 32 points for Jordan, and we've been talking about how he could explode at any time. The Knicks held him for 48 minutes, but then he got another 5. Wilkins for 3. Rebound, Hodges has Pippen. On his left is Grant. Pippen off the glass. And the Bulls have opened a 7-point lead with less than a minute to go in overtime. Wilkins for three. He misses this one over the back of the backboard. Chicago ball with 50 seconds remaining, and New York about to be as stunned as Cleveland was in the opening game at the Richfield Coliseum in Ohio at the beginning of that first series, and Chicago has scored 7 straight points in the overtime. Back for the final 50 seconds for Madison Square Garden. Chicago 116, Knicks 109.
Bob, big difference. Chicago has not turned the ball over late in the fourth quarter when it was killing them before, and also here in the overtime. Only one time, and this is what the man has done. They have allowed the game to stay close, and Michael Jordan has taken it over.
I'm sure somebody with the Knicks must have said, look, we've got to hold Michael for all 48 minutes. They didn't count on 53. 20-second timeout, Chicago.
That time, Scotty wisely called the 22nd as there were a host of Knicks around. You got to give a lot of credit to Chicago's defense and some ill-advised shots on the part of the New York Knicks, leading to their cold streak there where they really couldn't buy a hoop.
There's the timeout situation. Both teams with 2 full timeouts remaining in this 5-minute overtime. 50 seconds remaining. And Rick, as you pointed out, considering the lack of playoff experience for the New York Knicks with their 3-point shooting, when you get Jackson on the bench as long as he was with Strickland playing, he came in with the final 3 minutes. He certainly wasn't in his rhythm to be the floor leader that they needed in the final moments.
No, he really wasn't able to come through for them, although he did have an opportunity. But the shot again ill-advised, then the steal could have been a big one. Use up the time for the Bulls here.
Leading by 7. Milking the clock. Paxson in along with the ball handler. There's really 4 people who can play guard in this game for Chicago. Grant's the only real big open court guy, but Paxson's got trouble. To Jordan. To the hole.
Michael Jordan.
Kiss it goodnight. 34 for Jordan. He has scored 9 of Chicago's 15 overtime points. Grant came up big with a rebound. That foul will be on Patrick Ewing.
Followed by Patrick
That's
Ewing.
5 on him. Of no significance now, though. The Bulls lead it 118-109 with only 25 seconds remaining.
You know, Bob, I think what happened to the Knicks also is it's almost as if when they got that lead, they started to play to not lose as opposed to playing to win. They had the lead, and they got a little cautious with it. How many times do you see that happen? And then when the game got closer, boy, their shot selection became terrible, and their execution became something that Rick Pitino, I'm sure, will have a nightmare about tonight.
With 3:43 to go in regulation, the Knicks led it by 8, 103-95. The Bulls then went on an 8-0 run, keyed primarily that open court game by missed poor shots by the New York Knicks. Remember, the Knicks swept through Philadelphia in 3 state games and laid it at rest, waiting for Chicago, who had to battle through 5. A lot of people said the Bulls will be tired, Knicks will be rested, but in fact, were they a bit stale?
Followed by Craig Hodges.
Well, I don't think the rest really, watching the way the game unfolded, hurt them all that much. And again, they had this game under control, should have won this ball game. This game could come back to haunt them.
Well, the road court advantage holds playoffs for 1989. Trent Tucker throws it up and misses. Jordan with another rebound. 10 seconds left, and that gives Michael Jordan a triple-double in the ball game.
Only
to go along
deserving.
with everything else.
Only deserving.
Dribbling away the final seconds of the ball game, the Knicks had led it by 8 points. Went into overtime. The Bulls win it 120-109. Back with final comments from Madison Square Garden right after this.